Hey friends, welcome to my little corner on the interwebs. If you're new here, my name's Kathleen and I'm autistic with a heavy dash of ADHD. I make videos about autism and neurodiversity, so if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to click the subscribe button below to help support the channel. In today's video, I want to give an update to my pregnancy for any of you that are following along and are curious kind of how I'm doing and what changes have been going on. That's gonna be today's video. This is gonna be centered around my second trimester. So without further ado, let's get into the video. As of today and as of me filming this, I am currently 30 weeks pregnant, so I'm already a couple of weeks into my third trimester, but I've been keeping notes, and so this is just going to be kind of recapping all of my second trimester. I will show you guys really quick a little bit of a bump update just so you can see. So that's the bump at 30 weeks. So the first thing that I want to share is that we found out the gender. I don't think that I mentioned it in the last video. I'm positive that I didn't because we didn't know at that time. I had my suspicions and my suspicions were confirmed. We are having a baby girl and we are just so excited. I mean, we would have been thrilled either way, but this is really special for us because my son has always said that he wanted a sister, and that's what he's getting. So for the first part of my second trimester, I was definitely still experiencing a lot of morning sickness and just a lot of those early pregnancy symptoms. They lasted until about week 16 or 17, and then they died off, thankfully. And since then, my appetite has returned and any or most of the food aversions that I was having have gone away. And so I'm able to enjoy food again, which is such a pleasure. And I'm able to eat a more balanced diet. I currently have not had any true cravings or anything like that. I've really been enjoying fruit. There's certain foods that I'm really drawn to and I'm really loving, but I wouldn't necessarily consider them cravings. During my second trimester, starting pretty early, I would say around week 18 or week 19, I began to experience a lot of round ligament pain. And it has been consistent and pretty uncomfortable. I also started around week 25 experiencing sciatica, and that has been very, very uncomfortable. A couple of things that I've been doing though that has helped manage kind of both the round ligament and the sciatica is prenatal chiropractic care. I never did chiropractic care when I was pregnant with my son. I did go postpartum, but I didn't go while I was pregnant, and so this experience has just been amazing. My chiropractor is phenomenal. She specializes in pregnancy and an infant chiropractic care, so I'm thrilled that I'm able to be treated by her. I've also been taking a lot of Epsom salt baths and stretching, and I feel like the combination of all three of those things have really helped to manage especially the sciatica, because that was just excruciating. It was to a point where I was having a difficult time walking for a long period of time, or standing for, you know, a stretch of time. And so since I've started integrating the chiropractic care, I feel a lot more balanced in my body. So another change that I have noticed is loose ligaments. And I know that this is a really common experience for many people on the spectrum, and myself, I definitely fall in this. I'm already hypermobile as it is, and so with the increase in the hormones that are meant to help relax ligaments have just been a recipe for disaster. I have rolled my ankle twice now within the second trimester, same ankle. The first time made sense. I was hiking and you know, I probably just like misstepped and I sprained it really, really good. It was really uncomfortable. And then a few weeks later, after I had healed, I was just walking into the kitchen, not wearing shoes or anything, and rolled my ankle again. I've also been experiencing some cramping or Charlie horses in my calves. And I will say so far that it's been a lot less than my first pregnancy, thank God, because those are not fun, and they always happen in the middle of the night. I have been very consistent since the beginning with this pregnancy with taking calcium and magnesium, and I think that that's one of the big reasons why it hasn't been as bad as it was in my first pregnancy. And I'm sure that the Epsom salt baths are also helping with that too. So another kind of thing that I'm having to deal with is just feeling very awkward in my growing, changing body. I feel a lot more clumsy. I'm having a hard time kind of navigating all of me. I find myself bumping into things a lot more frequently. My family and I did a final camping trip just a couple of weeks ago, and I ended up falling when I was stepping out of the camper, and just that wasn't something that like normally I think would have happened if I wasn't pregnant, or maybe it just wouldn't have felt as significant as it did, but yeah, so I'm just kind of feeling awkward figuring out how to navigate my new larger body. So another thing that has developed in the second trimester is baby movement, and this is something that I will definitely connect into kind of how it has impacted me as an autistic female. Normally, I love feeling my baby move for a lot of reasons. One, it's confirmation that she's in there and she's doing well. And for me, it's a really fun way to be able to kind of connect with this growing human. On the flip side of that, I have noticed that when I am in a heightened state, maybe getting close to a possible meltdown, I just feel like I have a lower tolerance for any kind of additional stimulation. And so there have been a couple of times when like baby had hiccups and I was in that space and it was just annoying. Like it just felt annoying to have this consistent rhythmic thing happening in my belly that I didn't have any control over. But that's only happened a couple of times, and for the most part I really thoroughly enjoy feeling my baby move. So another shift that I am so happy to talk about is that I feel so much more emotionally balanced than I did in my first trimester. And it took, you know, it was like a slow progression to starting to feel better and more balanced. I still am a little bit more like sentimental than I think I normally am when I'm not pregnant, but overall, emotionally, I feel like I have a lot more control over my emotions, and I'm very grateful for that, because if you watched my first video, which I will link up above, I talked about that was one of the hard things for me, was just not feeling like I had control over my emotions, and so I'm really, really happy to be back in a more balanced space, at least a more balanced space for me, and something that I'm familiar with. And then the last thing is that I've definitely entered organization nesting phase, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's so satisfying for me to have the motivation to go to areas of my house that haven't been touched in a little while and clean up everything and make it pretty and presentable and make it make sense for my brain. So that's it for my second trimester update. I definitely will give you guys a third trimester update as I reach the end of the pregnancy. And then if there's any other videos that you guys are interested in seeing regarding my pregnancy, please let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to talk about it. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.